Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Automation Hub Sathak, and in today's video we'll learn about listeners. Important topic. Is it a mandate to use? Can you not use it and still make it work? Let's find out. Let's go directly into our code. So I do not want to tamper anything in my old projects. What I'll do is I'll create a new project, completely new different Maven project. Okay, I'll create a Maven project, create a simple project. Next, and I'll go ahead and write com.learning.listeners. Okay, and I'll write here listeners. I tend to make the spelling mistake. Okay, finish. So now what we'll do is we'll go and okay, now the project got created. We'll go ahead and copy the pom.xml file into here. Okay, I'll copy from the dependencies. I'll go and copy almost all of it. Okay, I don't need to, but okay, I'll copy till here. Control C. I'll close this. I'll open the listeners. This is the project pom.xml, and we'll paste it here. Looks fine. The okay, let's leave it like this. The workspace is getting built. Fine. Before I do anything, let's understand what are exactly listeners. So even before that, let's go ahead and create a new package. The package name is listeners. Okay, so here let me create a new class, and this is my test ng listener. Okay, I just created a class. Okay, now there is one thing which I need to tell you. Listeners are something which we can do without. It is not mandate to use this in a particular project, but why it is so popular and why it is used, I have created certain interview questions for you guys which will actually help you. Okay, so I'm copying this. I have kept it in comments. The first and foremost question that an interviewer will ask you is this: have you used listeners in your project? If you say no, well and good. If you're lucky enough, he'll skip to some other topic. If you say yes, and that person actually knows what listeners are, then you should have complete understanding and knowledge about listeners. You can say no because it is not a mandate. It's not mandatory to use listeners. You can say no and just escape. But if you are using, you should know what listeners are. Now, if you are saying yes, then you better know then you should better know what exactly listeners are. So, now what are listeners? Listeners help us to understand the status quo of execution of test cases, help us manage each test result. Now you can have a debate that we can anyways do it in using TestNG. Why do we use test listeners? We'll get to know that. And then how do we implement listeners? Of course, if he will ask you, if you say yes, the next question he might ask you is, how did you implement listeners in your project? And the best answer is you are saying you are using testng.xml file by giving the listeners tag. If you say something else, like you say ki I have introduced that within the same class file and all that rubbish, he will catch hold of you and he will know that you have not worked on listeners. As simple as that. So this is the best answer. The next question he might ask is, what are the important interfaces we need to keep in mind while introducing listeners in our framework? The most important interface is iTestListener. iTestListener is an interface which has a superior interface which is known as iTestNG listeners, and it has certain sub interfaces as well. I don't remember exactly what sub interfaces it has, something related to iTestListener 2 or something, but anyways, this is one of the most important listener. This is actually the one which has a lot of unimplemented methods. So this particular class which we are using, we have to implement this particular interface first. And then there are two more listeners which are important. One is the iTest result. This interface actually acts as a parameter in the unimplemented methods of iTest listener, and using this iTest results reference, we can identify and make a note of all these result oriented topics. How many test cases passed, how many test cases failed, and how many test cases skipped, for what reasons they got skipped. Okay, everything. And this is mostly we don't use, but then again, this has a contextual meaning I will show exactly like in the beginning, in the middle, in the end, what all things can you do. So we'll go ahead. So the step one is how to do it. Step one, implement the interface I test listener. This is step number one. So what we'll do here, implement step number one, implements I test listener. Okay, this is the first thing. I have definitely done a spelling mistake. See? Okay, be careful with spelling mistakes. I think my Eclipse got, and okay. Import this. Okay, now. So now what you need to do is, there is something which is very, very important. First and foremost, you need to know what exactly this is. Okay, so copy this. You open Google, type this and write Java doc. Then there is something known as iTest listener testng 7.0.api minus javadoc.io. Click here, it will open, and here you'll get to know that this is an interface iTest listener. It has the super interface this, and it has certain sub interfaces, which is iTest result listener and result listener 2. There are certain implementing classes, and this listener is mostly used for running iTest running. I have written here running test cases. Okay, fine. So now the most important factors I told you are these unimplemented methods. As of now, we will use these three: on test success, on test skipped, on test failure. We will ignore the on finish and on start. I will not use this, but let's go ahead and write on test success. Okay, we'll write this. Okay, so on test success is the method. So let's go ahead. Public void on test success I test result. Okay, this is the interface which will be needed. Okay, this is the interface whose reference will be needed to execute these unimplemented methods from iTest listener. So I've clicked, I put my mouse over here, it will implement this. Okay, now here now let's go ahead and do one by one. This is one unimplemented method. There is another one which I need to take. I'll take on test failure. Okay, so I'll write here public void on test failure. Again, I test result. Okay, so why is it, oh god, see what is wrong with me. Okay, now we'll use one more, that is the on test skipped. Okay, I'll use that one. Public void on test skipped I test result. Okay, now let's keep it here. We have not created any sort of test cases, so let's go ahead and create certain test cases so that we'll actually be able to show what are the test cases that we are creating and what are the test cases that we are failing. Okay, so let's go ahead and create src test java. We'll create a package, and the package is known as test cases. Okay, so we will write certain dummy codes or dummy class files. We'll make Java class files. We'll write something like not dummy. We'll make certain like open URL class. Okay, here we'll write certain test cases. Public void browser. Control Shift O, use testng.annotations, and here we'll write syso. This opens browser. Okay, this test case opens browser, and now we'll write another @test public void enter URL syso. This test case enters URL in the browser. Fine. Now let's go ahead and create another class known as register user. Okay, so here, even though I'll copy these, but I'll change accordingly. Control C. I'll create a different public void enter user details. This test case enters all the user details. This is submit user details. So this test case submits all user details. So here I'll make it okay, fine. Now these two test cases I'll keep it as pass or simply like this. Okay, here what I'll do is I'll deliberately fail this one. Assert dot fail. Oh god, what am I doing? Assert dot fail. I'll pass a string message for listeners. What is wrong here? Oh, something is, see, oh god, what is going on? Assert dot fail for listeners to capture. Okay, so here I have failed one of the test cases for register user. Now I will write another class which is login class. Okay, so I'll go ahead and copy these and I'll change there directly. Control S. I will here write login, and I'll not write this, I'll write this test case logins user. Oh god, okay, whatever. And this test case is public void submit login or something. This case is submits login credentials or something, you know, just for the sake of doing it. And for this particular I'll skip it, so I'll write throw new skip exception, deliberately skipping this test case. Control Shift O. Now how many test cases we have created? 1, 2 for register user. This is third, fourth, finally here fifth and sixth. We have 6 test cases. We have skipped one, we have failed one, and the rest 3 are in past state. Hopefully everything is fine. Close this, and close this. Now the next thing is, so first and foremost we will decide what are we failing. So system.out.println, here test case passed. Okay, here for failure we will write test case failed. Now which test case failed? Why it failed? So for why it failed, you can always use okay, we'll use first which test case failed. The name of the test case, which number of test case which failed is result dot get name. Save it. Okay, so this is the result, which is nothing but the reference of this particular interface, which is passed as a parameter for the unimplemented method of this interface. Okay, if you have any doubts, please get in touch with me. I'll explain it to you in brief. As of now I cannot tell each and everything. Now let's tell the reasons of failure. The reason of failure is result dot get throwable dot get message. So it will give you the reason why it failed. Okay. Now, similarly, for skipping, we can write sysO test case skipped. Okay. So in case we want to know which test case skipped, the name of the test case that skipped result dot get name. Save it, and then sysO the reason of skipping is result dot get throwable dot get message. So now we have introduced these three things. Now let's say, for example, we want to run individual test cases. I don't want to run individual test cases. Why? If I'm using TestNG, if I'm using listeners, why do I have to run individually? Makes no sense, you know. Why make it cumbersome and individualistic approach? It's not really recommended. So what is the best thing that needs to be done? TestNG.xml. And what do we need to do? We add listeners tag. So how do I implement these three classes in our TestNG? Simple. Select, select, select. Select all the three. Right click, TestNG, convert to TestNG. Very simple. Finish it. You will get TestNG.xml. Go and put it in your resources file. I do this way. Now come here. Okay, so suite name will change it to suite for listeners. Okay. I don't want this thread count 5. I'll remove it. Test name, okay, I'll keep it in one test. I don't want to. Okay, if you want, you can make it to different tests, like test login, the classes, and then this will end with classes, and this will end with, okay, God, test. Okay, so this thing is there. We'll copy this, Control C, Control V, Control V. So instead of class name, we'll copy this, Control X, we'll paste it here, Control V, and this one we'll copy from Control X and we'll paste it here, God, Control V, and we will introduce, this one is for login, this one is for open URL, okay, and this one is for, 1 second guys. Okay, so now this one is for test open URL and this one is for register user. I'll put it here, Control C, Control V. Okay, fine. So I'll remove this unnecessary thing, unnecessary tag, and this tag is also not required because we have anyways closed our tags. Now I told you that we have to use listeners tag. So where do we use it? Simple. Below the suite you can add here listeners. Great. Now here what we need to do is listener class minus name equals to, in strings, package name dot class name. What is the package name? listeners dot class name is my test n G L I S O N G L I S T E N E R. See guys, be very careful with, even if once one uppercase lowercase here and there will not work. See, listeners is listeners, package is the same. This one is M capital, T capital, fine, N capital, fine, and L capital, looks good. Close this. Save this now. Okay, fine. So I have test login here. We have open URL and looks good. Now I'll run this. Run as TestNG suite. Let's see what output do we get. Okay, see, we have total 6 cases. We have 4 passed. We have 1 failure and 1 skip. We know this, and our test case has run exactly as per expectation. We'll see the output. See that this test case submits login credential. Everything the test case which was skipped is this. Okay, this test case skipped. The name of the test case that skipped is submit login. Okay, remember guys, submit login. So it gave you the output. The reason of skipping, deliberately skipping this test case. So it actually gives you everything. So all these things can be integrated into certain reports, and you'll get to know what exactly shows up. As simple as that. Now these are the past ones. The one which failed is test case failed. The name of the test case which failed is enter user details. Okay, and then the reason of the failure is for listeners to capture, and rest of all test cases have been passed. So this is the beauty of listeners, the more about which you can learn using a framework. When we design frameworks, thereon in you can use these things, and apart from them there are other things which we can use. On top of that, there are so many other things which you can ask listeners to do. So listeners are nothing but they help us to manage your end test result, right? So at the end, whenever you see those reports and everything, these things come out very beautifully, and everything is run via testng.xml. Don't go ahead and see, the thing is, if you go and right click login and run as testng test, you will not be able to see any listeners kind of thing here. You'll not get an output related to listeners. Why? Because listeners are only and only, see, you don't get any listeners kind of a thing. You will just get like a typical Java class. You will not get any listeners. Why? Because listeners are getting invoked via testng.xml. So individualistic running of these particular class files will not work. So interviewers will confuse you. They will ask you, how do we implement listeners? I already told this in the beginning of the video. You have to say via testng.xml. You have to say that in testng.xml we pass this listeners tag. Only then only listeners are called. You cannot right click on this particular test case and run as individualistic test. If you run, it will just give you the output whatever pass or fail is according to your logic. It will not implement listeners here. I hope you understood. I hope you liked the session. If you are not able to understand, look at the video again and again, because I have repeated quite a lot of times here for you people to actually capture what I'm trying to say. So anyways, I hope you liked this session, and if you did, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel Automation Hub Sarthak. And thank you so much guys. Thank you so much for watching. Sarthak here, signing off.